Hi Nikki, I'm Brian from Boys Love and Pageantry. Few questions lang. What are the changes in your life since becoming an official Miss Universe Philippines candidate?
I think a lot of changes have actually happened in my life. I think one of the biggest changes is that I'm less afraid to try. There are a lot of circumstances in my life where I really thought I had to be the perfect version of myself, or a version of myself that needed to be ready to start something. But I joined Miss Universe not feeling ready but willing to try, being willing to be my best self in the knowledge that you're never actually ready. You're just courageous, you're just brave, and you take it one day at a time. And when you find that bravery within yourself, that's when you become proud of who you are as a person, and that's when you grow, because it's in that discomfort that you become a better version of yourself. And so I think I'm a lot more fearless, I'm a lot more confident, and confident in being vulnerable, confident in showing people that being on stage doesn't mean that you are the bravest you've ever been. It just means that you accept who you are, and for me that's the highest form of self-love.
And what are the lessons that you've learned so far during the competition?
I think the biggest lesson is just like looking at all of my beautiful sisters. It's that cliche that every woman does deserve to be here. I spoke about it in a previous interview of mine where I always wondered, how is it that, the first runner-ups or second runner-ups always are smiling and glowing? And it's because they see that their sisters, just like themselves, are empowered women of substance who are worthy of achieving their dreams. And it's such an honor to know that there is no competition. Just because somebody is beautiful doesn't make you any less beautiful. Just because somebody has an amazing advocacy, it doesn't belittle your advocacy. And you realize that you can stand in a room with amazing women and still be an amazing woman yourself.
Oh, that's very inspiring, no? So, if you have to choose between chocolate and ice cream, anong pipiliin mo?
Chocolate ice cream.
Chocolate. Both. All right. And what do you think is your greatest edge to win the crown?
I think my greatest edge is that I'm really unafraid to be myself. I think there is a common misconception that to be a queen means to fit a certain mold. And I think in previous pageants in history, a lot of women have felt the need to change who they are to be that queen that they thought they needed to be. But I'm standing here and I'm so excited to stand on this stage to show people that who you are is enough. And as long as you believe in yourself, other people will believe in you too, and you don't need to change who you are. So I'm okay to be imperfect, I'm okay to be scared, and I hope that that empowers other people to be their beautiful selves wherever they are.
And speaking of, I've seen in in your social media, I think that's in your IG story, that you are proudly representing the curvy girl. How did that made an impact to your followers? Did you receive any messages from those girls na nakaka-relate sa'yo? Because, being curvy is not really the pageant prototype.
Yes, it warmed my heart so much because I really only did that post because I needed an outlet for my own personal feelings that day. And quite immediately after, I got a lot of messages from current pageant contendants, from other pageants, even some from Binibining Pilipinas, who said that that message I shared really empowered them to go on stage and to not fear who they were because of what society told them they needed to be. That hearing that and seeing somebody who was unafraid to be different gave them courage to be who they were. And for me, that's really what I want my journey to be about. I want people to look on that stage and see somebody that they can be, not somebody that they have to be. And that's the difference.
Being curvy, was this something na you really accepted before the pageant? Or is it now lang na talagang na-realize mo na this is me and I love myself?
Actually, it was the pageant that brought me to this point of self-acceptance and self-love, because quite honestly, all throughout my life, I really battled between wanting to look like my peers, wanting to fit into the models I saw on screen, or even thinking that I couldn't join the pageant because I didn't look like what I thought a queen should look like. But since joining this pageant, I assessed myself. I was like, I could change who I am, and I could possibly win, but I could possibly lose. And I said said to myself, I would rather lose as I am than win and not be myself. And so I decided to embrace being curvy, and it's happy for me because, you know, I get to go to these events and I'm not worried about eating. I will eat, I will be happy, and I'll enjoy myself and I'll live my best life. And I know that that's empowering others. And I think when your truest purpose brings you joy, that's how you make an impact in other people's lives.
Very well said. Aside from yourself, of course you want to win the crown, no? Aside from yourself, sino sa tingin mo ang deserving to win the crown?
I won't name names.
Okay.
Because to be quite honest, when the first week at the pageant, when I saw everybody, you just know that everyone is deserving of winning. But I do have my personal favorites, like my best friends. And to be quite honest, I'm in a camp, so I said I wasn't going to name names, but I do love my camp sister. So, you know, for me, Princess Marcos, she's my camp sister. Claire Insto, she's my camp sister. I also really admire Yannery. She's a fellow psoriasis warrior, which is also an autoimmune. Yes, so lupus is actually an autoimmune condition that affects your whole body. So it can attack your organs, your skin. So some autoimmune conditions affect one area. For example, psoriasis is primarily skin. Lupus affects everything. So it can also, I do also have it's called secondary psoriasis, so psoriasis caused by lupus.
And how do you take care of yourself para hindi mag-manifest yung symptoms, especially lupus sa skin? Kasi paano kung meron kang photo shoot that day?
I take care of myself in two ways, and it's gonna sound so wishy-washy, but it's true. I've learned in my journey that these are the two best things you can do, not just being sick, but in any difficult period. Number one is being positive. I've learned that the number one thing that makes me the most sick is being stressed. Being stressed will cause you to flare. It'll cause your not only mental health to hurt, but your actual body to hurt when you have lupus. So for me, I look on the bright side. I try to be happy. If I fall, I'm like, it's okay, at least I didn't fall twice. Or I'm always trying to think of ways to make things better. And number two is self-compassion. I remember for our swimsuit competition, I actually had a very swollen leg. And I decided to not worry about that. I said that swollen leg doesn't deter from my beauty, and that's okay. Thankfully, our swimsuit picture ended up being half in water. So I was like, the universe loves me. No one got to see my fat leg. So I was very happy, and I think truly when you are going through something difficult, it's just about kindness for yourself.
All right. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you
and
so
good luck to your
much.
Miss Universe journey.
Thank